and you are going to get 24 ideas or 27 ideas. The sermon should have one idea with 2 or 3 points. Don't give a sermon with 10 points. People will not remember more than one. You give too many, they will remember none. You need to have the strength to eliminate for a next time sermon and keep only one idea with 2 bullet points or 3 bullet points for the most, but that's way too much. Your sermon is going to last 2 hours. 2 bullet points so people could remember it. And so instead of having many points that nobody remembers, have the strength to merciless cut out, save for a different time, and keep only. So many people give a sermon and they depart from this and then that idea, and then they talk about love, and then they talk about tithe, and then they talk about Sabbath, and then they talk about health, and they pick from one verse and they talk about everything. Stick with one subject and cut anything that doesn't connect to the subject perfectly, and even what connects, keep only the strongest 2 bullet points. It has to be rather concentrated than to have a million ideas. Stick with the subject. Then 2-3 bullet points, sub-subjects or subsections, simple and short, exaggerated simple. I want to also underline, people have a tendency to preach sermons that are isolated. The Bible talks a lot about Jesus teaching them again and again and again and again, so many times, and they still do not get it. They still didn't understand what he said until he died. Psychology says that it takes people to hear many times, 7-8 times, until the synapses form between the neurons, until the connection happens in the brain. So people, that's the reason commercials are repeated on TV. People need to hear it many times until they, wow, until it clicks. And so don't give one isolated sermon, but rather on one subject that you are inspired to give a series of sermons, 4, 5, 6, 7. Preach 3 months on the same subject, 6 months, so people have time to understand, assimilate, be convinced, and act on it. For instance, I was preaching on love for others, the need to love people and to reach and to save. And I gave a sermon. Okay, good. I gave a second, a third, a fourth. After about 3-4 months of preaching, church members started to come, and I remember specifically their words. One lady said to me, wonderful lady, she says, Pastor, I've never heard that idea before. This is absolutely profound. I fully agree. It's the best sermon. We need to act on it. In my mind, my precious sister, you heard this same idea, same words, just with different Bible verses and different stories for the last 4 months, again and again. But because people are so focused on their jobs, so focused on their stress, sometimes it goes over the head, and they listen, but they don't hear. They have ears, but they don't hear. And you need to repeat it again and again until it clicks. So give series of sermons if you really want to accomplish something. And so those are some things from the preparation, from research. I want to also emphasize, you take the story from the Bible, try to apply it today. What happened then, long ago, may not touch anybody unless you apply it to daily life. Basically, have them either go back in time or bring time forward to them. Like, let's imagine you are Noah, and God would inspire you, and you go to your wife and you go to your boss and you say, you know, I'm going to take a break of 52 years because I want to build a rocket to go on Mars. They will literally look to you and say, have you ate too much pizza last night? What's wrong with you? And so have people live, imagine, bring it up to date, make it actual, make it relevant.